You used to be a chef.
I did. I used to cook all the time. Then I decided to stop cooking. I started working for a company called Frito-Lay Potato Chips. You ever heard of that?
Yes.
I used to sell a bag and eat 3 bags. And I used to come up short every month. And I thought somebody was stealing from me, but come to find out I was stealing from myself. You know what I mean?
Eating your own supplies.
Eating my own supplies. I thought it was free. You know?
So you were working, you were like, all right, I'm tired of eating chips. Let me go do comedy professional.
But everything I ever did, even when I was cooking, I was always funny. Not trying to be just funny. And then when I got with Frito-Lay, I had this guy tell me, he said, Hilly, you're funny. You need to go on TV. You know, he's one of them good old boys, went to church every Sunday, wife, baked cakes, you know, that type person. And when I went on stage for the first time, I knew that's where I should have been my whole entire life.
Where was that?
It was at the Comedy Act Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, which was originally out of Los Angeles, California, but they opened a club in Atlanta. And when I went on stage, I knew I should have been there my whole entire life.
Did you have like a comedy role model that you looked up to, or were you like super into somebody?
Now, you gotta understand, so when I grew up, I was weird. You know, I was a weird kid. You know, I was in the 70s, I was listening to soft rock.
Nice.
So the people are like, why are you listening to soft rock? Because, you know, you're in a black neighborhood, a black kid listening to soft rock. It made sense
Phil
to me.
Collins?
It made sense to me. But then I used to like Milton Berle. So the kid's like, why you like Milton Berle? Of course we all like Richard Pryor. We love Richard Pryor. We love Bill Cosby. We love Flip Wilson.
I really like Andy Griffith.
Oh, and I'm an Andy Griffith fan. Don't you? Girl, don't you say that about Andy Griffith. It will be a fight in this studio right now.
What you like about
I will show out.
You created like your own characters for movies like Larry the Cable Guy,
Big Shug,
and The Wash.
The Wash, yeah.
Like, what's your process for like creating a character that's not yourself? Because I can't be nobody by myself, but myself at this point.
All they gotta do is tell me, just do this, and I can do it.
So they told you what kind of person to be?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Even in The Wash, you know, I was really nervous, but I just wanted to impress everybody because I want to sit with Snoop and I want to sit with Dre, Eminem. You know, Shaq was on, Ludacris, which I know very well, and it was just being me. You know, a security guard in the water pants, socks showing. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm a super cop. You know what I'm saying? So when they say super cop, I nailed it. I knew what to do, you know.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Comedians know what to do. Like,
we know what to do.
Leave us alone. Anyway, what was your favorite moment on that set? If you can remember.
My favorite moment was in Snoop room, in his dressing room.
What was happening?
And he had food catered every day.
Nice.
You know, I'm talking about candy yams, macaroni and cheese, green beans, you know, rice, fried chicken, pork chops. So I was in Snoop room every day. You know what I'm saying? He said, come get something, dude. And don't gain 1 pound. Don't gain 1 pound.
Weed and food, so skinny. It don't make sense.
You know, Snoop smoked weed on the set.
I'm
the whole time.
Yeah.
When he ran out, they had to stop. He said, I can't do no more.
Oh my God, that's the life.
They went and got him another pound, and he came back and did his thing.
There's the Undercover Brother 2 coming
Yeah,
out.
I would tell you about it, but they told me don't talk about it because I don't want to have to use this karate move, you know.
To make everybody forget.
When I throw karate, I have to breathe for 45 minutes before I fight you. And then...
do you have a preference between comedy and acting? I feel like I know this answer.
You know, comedy is first.
Of course.
Come on, man. You know, I can do comedy laying down. It don't matter. You know, I like acting, but it's a lot of work. You know, everybody's
it's a lot of hurry up and wait,
But everybody's not a Denzel Washington.
True.
You know, nobody's not an Ed Harris. I think Ed Harris is one of the best actors I've ever seen in my life. If anybody's not familiar with Ed Harris, but he played the coach in Radio. You know, the movie Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr. And I like Ed. He played the general in The Rock. Right. You know, he take you there. He make you think he's that person. But you know, and Denzel would take you there. But everybody's not a Denzel.
Right.
You know, we just got to do the best we can with what we got. But comedy first.
So you, as a comedian, you did Def Jam.
Oh yeah.
Showtime at the Apollo.
Yes, Lord.
What was that like?
You know,
what was Def Jam like?
Well, let me tell you, Def Jam was easy. You know, but Apollo was kind of difficult because I actually did it like 4 times.
What you mean by easy?
4 times.
What you mean by easy? Like those crowds are just hype.
You know, but you know, when they hear you from the South, they're like, you country brother, you know. And I went out and gave it to him. I'm like, no, you can't talk to the brother like that. But Apollo, they booed me like 4 times. I did it with everybody. But the last time I brought it to him, I brought the noise the last time.
So wait, you did Apollo 4 times?
Yeah, I did. Nobody never know that, so that's between me and you. So tell everybody.
And everybody that's listening.
I did it 4 times.
The 5th time.
Yeah, 5th time I got him.
Is with.
Oh yeah, I got him.
What did you switch up?
But I had to because I was actually scared to say something to him. But that 5th time, I just went at him. And they were like, whoa.
So you think you got booed because you were scared the first 4?
I know it was. I know it was. But that last time,
I'm scared now.
I said, anybody want to say anything? Anybody say anything? I'm like, no. I got him. Yeah.
A lot of people know you as the host of Comic View.
BET Comic View.
How'd you get that gig?
They called me. They said, "I want you to host." I said, "You
Nice.
got it." You know what I'm saying? But
That's the best way to get something.
I actually did it twice. I did it 2 years. I did BET in New Orleans, the Party Gras, and then the next year I did Caliente, which means hot in Spanish. So they had, I came back to help them. You know, Arnez J was doing it first, but like, Bruce, we need you back. I said, no problem.
A lot of folks got their start on Comic View. It's a part of a lot of people's like comedy origin story. All the hosts, D.L. Hughley, Don Curry, the people that on there like Cheryl Underwood, who I love, is such a nice person. Who were some of your favorites when you were host?
Samore was one of the hosts I really enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed Gary Owens. But a lot of the acts that I enjoyed was seeing Cat Williams. That's when he used to go by Cat in the Hat. See, people don't realize that. He's Cat Williams, but he used to go by Cat in the Hat when he was on BET. He had the long suit jacket on, silver, you know, like he in a gospel group. You know how the gospel groups just be overdressed, you know what I'm saying? You know, gospel groups have on the shoes with the tips on the front.
Yes.
They
With
sing
the
it
silver
for Jesus,
tip,
but
yes.
you got too much stuff on, you know what I'm saying?
I had a needle. They forget, but
But I watched a lot of comedians that really have grown, came from Comic View, and it worked for a lot of them, and it didn't. But you had to work. You had to work it, you know. And Cat Williams was one of them, and myself, I really enjoyed myself because I was proud of myself because I was really scared on that. People didn't know, but once I get that mic, it's over. You know, once I get that mic, when I pick on the audience, it's done. I got you.
What's your favorite memory from when you were a host?
A Comic View?
Or worse?
Oh my God, when I did New Orleans, every girl down there wanted to marry me. You know what I'm saying? I felt
That's
like
your best.
a straight up player from the
Did you marry
Himalaya.
one?
No, no, girl.
No.
I could have had 12 wives. But my biggest moment and my best moment for hosting Comic View was working with Mr. Ronaldo Ray. Ronaldo Ray was a very smart person. He was my mentor. He gave me a lot of pointers that really worked and helped me. And he was just naturally smart. People don't know Ronaldo was a college professor. You know, he taught school. Yes, and he was genuine. And then when I messed up, he said, "What you do that for?" You know, he you know, like a father figure. And I was like, "Okay, when I straighten," he said, "Okay, don't do that." He said, "Do it like this, and I guarantee you it'll work." And every time I did it, it was like on the money. So he was like my biggest inspiration on BET Comic View.
Speaking of mentors, you mentioned earlier that you trained Mike Epps.
Mike Epps, my man.
That? And what does that mean?
Well, Mike Epps was on the road with me.
Okay.
You know, I used to take him on the road with me and let him open up for me.
Nice.
And showed him the ropes and teaching him a lot of things. And I made him audition for Fridays. He didn't want to. He was scared, but I said, he's looking for someone like you. So go do it. And he auditioned. He called me like 3 days later and said, guess what? I said, you got the part. You know, and he got the part, and he's been on his way ever since. But he opened up for me for like 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, Mike Epps, that's my man. And now I'm opening up for him, which is good. I'm not mad. I enjoy working with Mike Epps. Yeah.
Help each other, and that's
absolutely.
Isn't that the point of being like good to everybody? Because you,
that is the
at one point you're gonna run into them again, and all that.
It's like back in the day, one hand grabs the other, and that's what it should be.
Exactly.